I said myself, General Ogola was taken out, a member of this community. I still stand by that statement. We are going to have to interrogate every circumstance so that as men and women, brothers and sisters in Luo Nyanza, in every part of the country, we will be led by the Raila vision. Never betray what our brother Raila stood for.
Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Havana Media, the home of fearless political stories, deep national truths, and the conversations many don't want you to hear. And remember, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it widely so that this message can reach every corner of the nation. So today, we bring you a chilling political storm that has shaken the country from village funerals to the corridors of power. A storm sparked by Kalonzo Musyoka, which is the death of Ogola and a government now panicking over words spoken at a burial. The quiet burial of Raila Odinga's sister was supposed to be a moment of mourning, unity, and reflection. Leaders gathered not as rivals, but as fellow Kenyans, paying tribute to a fallen family member of the Odinga household. But what began as a solemn farewell quickly turned into one of the most explosive political moments of the year. When Kalonzo Musyoka rose to speak, the mood shifted instantly. His tone was heavy, his words deliberate, and his message was unmistakable. He spoke about the disturbing killing of Ogola, a matter that has been whispered in fear but rarely addressed publicly with such boldness. Kalonzo did not shout, he did not incite, he did not call for violence, but he simply spoke to what millions of Kenyans have been asking in silence. Who is responsible, and why is justice so slow when the victim is an ordinary Kenyan?
What happened? Tutaulizana maswali haya. I said myself, General Ogola was taken out, a member of this community. I still stand by that statement. We are going to have to interrogate every circumstance so that as men and women, brothers and sisters in Luo Nyanza, in every part of the country, we will be led by the Raila vision. Never betray what our brother Raila stood for.
And at that moment, at a funeral, Kalonzo said the one thing the powerful fear most, the truth spoken without fear. But what followed shocked the nation. Within hours, Ruto's MPs, cabinet secretaries, and principal secretaries went into full political overdrive. One after another, they stormed television studios, press conferences, and social media platforms, shouting themselves hoarse. Their demand was not an investigation. The demand was not justice. The demand was simple and terrifying. Drag Kalonzo Musyoka to DCI. And according to many of them, his funeral remarks has suddenly become a national security threat.
Na nilikuwa nasikia Kalonzo zaidi ati anapiga makelele, oh, sijui nani aliua huyu nani anaitwa nani huyu? Ogola. Ati sijui Ogola aliuawa. We want to ask Kalonzo Musyoka, if you have any information that might have led to the death of Mr. Ogola, please report to the police and DCI, give that explanation. Mtu mwenye aliua akamatwe.
When bandits strike villages, the response is very slow. When young people are abducted, silence reigns. But when an opposition leader asked a dangerous question at a funeral, suddenly the government wakes up with unmatched energy. Kenyans now asked, since when did speaking up at a burial become a crime? Since when did demanding justice become a security threat? Since when did telling the truth become an offense punishable by arrest? The same leaders who pretended to be guardians of people, peace, and stability went completely silent when conversation shifted to extrajudicial killings, corruption scandals, missing citizens, and police brutality. Their voices only return when the spotlight points directly at the regime. This is the hypocrisy that has angered the nation. The same politicians shouting for Kalonzo's arrest were nowhere to be seen when families cried over unexplained deaths. They were nowhere when mothers begged for answers. They were nowhere when youth vanished without trace. But the moment an opposition leader dares connect the dots publicly, they suddenly remember the law.
Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, mimi nimesikia wewe ukisema sijui ilifanyikaje, sijui CDF. I want to challenge you. if you are truly a very honest man, you should not have served as the deputy president, as the vice president of Mheshimiwa Mwai Kibaki. Kwa sababu nyinyi mnajua hiyo kura hamukushinda, ndio maana mlienda mkaabishwa usiku.
At Raila's sister's burial, the atmosphere turned political, but because Kalonzo wanted drama, but because the nation is bleeding, funerals in Kenya are no longer just for mourning. They have become platforms of truth, because that is the only space left where leaders speak without scripts and without filters. Kalonzo Musyoka understood this, and that is why his words landed with such force. The government reactions has only fueled suspicion. Kenyans are asking, if Kalonzo was lying, why panic? If his words were baseless, why threaten arrest? If the truth is harmless, why label it dangerous? Because a confident government confronts allegations with facts, but a fearful government responds with intimidation. Even more worrying is how quickly state power was weaponized against political speech. Demands for his arrest came before any investigation. Threats came before any evidence. Condemnations came before any explanation. It revealed not strength, but insecurity at the highest level of leadership. But meanwhile, supporters of Kalonzo Musyoka and opposition figures across the country have rallied behind him. They argue that he only echoed what many Kenyans already believe, what selective justice is killing the soul of the nation, that corruption is protected, that accountability is punished, and that his truth is feared more than crime. The silence of the so-called guardians of stability when the conversation turns to the regime's own failures exposes the double standards that define modern Kenyan politics. When power is questioned, it screams. When citizens suffer, it sleeps. And as this political fire spreads, one question now hangs heavily over the nation. Is Kenya still a democracy where leaders can speak freely? Or have we entered an era where truth must first be approved by the state? Kalonzo's words have pushed this question into the national bloodstream. And as of today, the pressure of Kalonzo continues. State allies keep threatening legal action. Intelligence agencies are being mentioned. The DCI also have been dragged into political crossfires once again. And yet, the public mood is shifting very fast. More Kenyans are asking bold questions. More are demanding answers, and more are refusing to be intimidated. This moment could define the future of political freedom in Kenya. If Kalonzo Musyoka is arrested for words spoken at a burial, then no Kenya is safe. If he is silenced, then truth itself is on trial. But if he stands firm and the people stand with him, then this moment may become the turning point where fear finally changes sides. And that is where we leave this powerful and dangerous story today. But the question is, was Kalonzo wrong to speak? Or is the government wrong to panic? You decide. Tell us your thoughts in the comment section. Should the DCI arrest Kalonzo Musyoka? The question is very simple. Yes or no? And if you believe in fearless journalism, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Havana Media, and share this story with every Kenyan who still believes that truth must never be illegal. Until next time, my name is Billy. Stay informed, stay bold, and never fear speaking the truth.